Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're looking at some entitled bridezillas doing what they do best, throwing temper tantrums. Bridezilla ambushes fiance in Target, demands marriage now. Okay. Oh, she's got the dress on and everything. Oh, look at her bridesmaid. Look at her chase after her. Dum dum da dum 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 da dum. Oh, they have a minister too. Look at that. He's got the Bible.
Hi guys. I'm just finally making him commit, you know? Like we're getting married now or like it's over. Woo! Do it!
Woo! Woo! This is one way to get him to commit. Not my first choice, but choosing beggars BYOB except for groom shotgun wedding. Multiple posts today asking for donations for both the wedding and baby shower, not including the insane gift registries so they don't have to provide anything for their guests. Just a friendly reminder, the wedding is a BYOB. The groom likes Coors Banquet, Pendleton, Jack Daniels, or something along those lines. They're bringing alcohol for the groom to drink? I'm obviously pregnant, so no booze for me. Someone enjoy a drink for me. Can't wait to see everyone in 13 days. I don't know, something about that doesn't sit right with me. That's one way to go about it. Getting the groom and bride drunk, I guess, is a normal thing to want to do, but like to bring your own booze for the whole wedding. Dang, people really be pinching pennies out here. Woman wants a wedding dress for $10. You're looking for a size 12 and you're looking to spend $10. Is that with the shipping? Yes, the shipping will cost more than $10. Am I hearing this correctly? Got it. Just needed to make sure. Now I'm gonna post this in Bridezillas. Choosing beggar asks people to pay to be in her wedding. Anyone who spends $500 or more will get a seat at the head table of my wedding. $1,000 gets you a bridesmaid/groomsman spot. See you soon. Oh goody. Love to pay to take on all of the extra work of a bridesmaid or groomsman. It's a dream come true, really. Oh, and by the way, this is your reminder to subscribe. I feel like I need to start reminding people to do that. Please subscribe. Hey everyone, who's ready for Hawaii 2019? In anticipation of the wedding, and believe me, I know it's a long way away, but I would still like to announce the dress code. I'm giving you a long notice of a year and a half so that you will have time to find and pick out something nice. The dress code is very specific because it will be used to create an incredible visual effect. If done right, it will make our synchronized dancing along the beach really pop. So without further ado, woman, 100 to 165 pounds, green velvet sweater, orange suede pants, Louboutin heels, the famous red heels shoes, which are like $2,000, but go on. When we spin and lift our feet, the effect will amaze you. Burberry scarf, another $1,000. Men, 100 to 200 pounds. Purple fuzzy jacket, soda hat, all white trainers, plain glow sticks. Fuzzy jacket? A purple fuzzy jacket? Women, 160 pounds plus. Oh, there's different ones for the bigger girls. All black sweater and pants, any material, black heels. Men 200 pounds plus, all camouflage, black sneakers. I like how the fat people get to wear stuff that doesn't draw attention, you know what I'm saying? We just want you to disappear, but we also want you at our wedding. We want you there, but we don't, if you know what I mean. Additionally, we will require that you wear formal attire after the dancing has ended. Please bring a change of clothing. Remember, the venue is extremely upscale, and we want to be looking our absolute best. Ladies and gents, please. If you look like trash, so will we. All jokes aside, we want you to invest in an outfit valued of at least $1,000. This includes jewelry, accessories, makeup, and hair. Remember, ladies and gents, this wedding is 24K themed for a reason. You have a year and a half to get working. No excuses. Mwah. Kisses! You're a little insane. It's one thing to ask for the bridesmaids and groomsmen to pay for their, dress. I wouldn't if I had a big wedding, but that's just me. But to ask the wedding guests to all spend $1,000 on their outfit at least, I'm guessing that you also want them to buy a gift too. It's a bit much. Not wedding decor related, but I wanted to ask something before I asked my venue about it. Me and my fiance have been to a few weddings, and at every single one we saw a tip jar at the bar for the bartenders. We only asked one person about it at one wedding because we were very close to them. And they said they already paid the bartenders and they never asked if it was okay to put out the tips at the end of the night, and the bartenders kept the money. To me, that does not sit well with me. To me, they were already paid for their service. If a tip jar was put out, I would think it should go to the bride and groom, or at least split between the bartenders and bride and groom. Am I the only one? I think maybe. I think you might be alone on that sentiment. You want to be paid for someone else's work? Am I understanding that correctly? I think I am. I don't get why my bridesmaids are pissed at me. I just asked that they pay $300 for a dress, buy a plane ticket, quarantine for 2 weeks at a hotel, get tested, risk their life at my 300-person wedding, and give a long speech about our inside jokes. It's really not a lot to ask. I think you're joking, and I appreciate the joke. It was very funny. I'm laughing on the inside. Subject: I want my fiance to get rid of his 4-year-old daughter. My fiance has a 4-year-old daughter. Her mother passed away when she was born. He's been raising her on his own ever since he lost his wife. I'm now in the picture and we are set to get married in 2022. I'm also 7 months pregnant with a precious little girl. I'm not the stepmother type, and I know I won't treat his daughter the same way I will treat our child. To be quite honest, she gets on my damn nerves. She's very attached to her daddy, and I'm afraid that this is going to take away from my child's bond with her father. I basically want to tell my fiance to get rid of her. She can live with her grandparents, or we can find her a nice family that's looking to adopt a child. I don't know how to approach the situation. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one to approach for some people, apparently. But I need to find a way to convince my fiance to let her go. I promise I'm not a bad person. I'm just trying to look out for my child and make sure she receives all of her daddy's attention without having her older sister intervene. Please help. Well, firstly, I would say to stop being a dick. To me, this is kind of the definition of evil stepmother, and the fact that you can't see that is kind of insane to me. Y'all, I don't know what to do. My sister is legitimately so pissed at me right now. I got my color swatches in and I fell in love with the color Dusty Rose. Now my sister is saying she doesn't want to be in my wedding because that's the wedding color she's picked out forever. While I want to be sympathetic, she isn't even engaged. How would you guys handle this? I'm sorry, do you own a color? Is it possible to own a color?
I don't think so.
And what if she never gets married? Which is a possibility, especially based on this post. Letting my ex-mother-in-law dictate pretty much everything. It stopped being our wedding and became her wedding, and she is crazy. The whole wedding was no longer focused on my wife and I, but my mother-in-law handing my wife off to me, which is really ironic because after that moment, mother-in-law became even more controlling. Some things she did. She had a mommy-daughter dance, made a 30-minute long speech about raising my wife, including playing several inappropriate baby videos, made a toast to herself, cut the cake with my wife, tossed the bouquet herself. What? Oh, geez. Oh, man.
Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, man.
Departed the wedding in her limo with us. Did she come on the honeymoon, too?
Can I come too?
This is the weirdest one. The bridal lingerie literally said, "Mommy's girl, stop it! Ah! Stop!" Sorry, your headphones. Welcome back to another episode of That's F***ed Up. So f***ed up. The wedding was ruined for me. The worst part, it set a precedent that my mother-in-law can do whatever she wanted in our relationship and my wife would always choose her side. This eventually caused a split after mother-in-law spanked the hell out of my daughter and my wife took her side. I know you must love your wife or ex-wife a lot in order to put up with this, but I think you might be better off. Just saying. In your engagement, do you have boundaries when it comes to single opposite sex? For example, if you met someone for the very first time, male or female, how would you like them to address both you and your fiance or husband if they have more interest in the opposite sex? Meaning the female may want to talk with him or the male may want to talk with her. Me, I prefer a woman to acknowledge me first, introduce herself, and let me know what and why she'd like to communicate with my husband. And she'd allow me to give her permission to do so. At the end of the day, this is my territory, and I should be allowed to have to say so of who I approve of letting into my space, and vice versa. Tell me you're controlling without telling me you're controlling. Am I the a-hole for picking popular, personally meaningful music for my funeral? I'm a stage 4 cancer patient. And the doctors have given me about a year to live without treatment, or maybe 2 with. Part of getting my affairs in order is planning my funeral. For it, I've chosen songs that mean a lot to me, but I've been told it will ruin them for other people. Specifically, one of my friends wants to use a song for her wedding and she doesn't want all our mutual friends crying and thinking about me during her wedding. She thinks I'm stealing her moment. Additionally, one of the songs I picked is Bare Necessities from the Jungle Book. My nickname has been Baloo for that's really cute. For 20 plus years, and I've always sung it to/with the kids in the family, so it's entirely appropriate. So am I the a-hole for planning my funeral service with music that has special meaning to me, even though the songs might have meaning for other people? Am I purposefully ruining a kids movie like I've been accused of? I think you need better friends, especially if you have 1 year left. I think you need to surround yourself with people that don't do this to you. I'm very sorry to hear that, by the way. That's a huge bummer.
That's an understatement.
Life is short, clearly. Surround yourself with people that want the best for you. And that goes for you guys too. The wedding photographer had already spent an hour or two inside with the unmasked wedding party when one of the bridesmaids approached her. The woman thanked her for still growing up, considering everything that's going on with the groom. When the photographer asked what she meant by that, the bridesmaid said that the groom had tested positive for the COVID the day before. She was looking for me to be like, oh, that's crazy. Like I was going to agree with her that that's fine. The photographer recalls. So I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, oh, no, don't freak out. He doesn't have symptoms. He's fine. Where is this going? The photographer, who has asthma and 3 kids, left with her assistant before the night was over. Her exit was tense. The wedding planner said it was the most unprofessional thing she'd ever seen. Bridesmaids accused her of heartlessly ruining an innocent woman's wedding day. She recalls one bridesmaid telling her, I'm a teacher. I have 14 students. If I'm willing to risk it, why aren't you? Another said everyone was going to get COVID eventually, so what was the big deal? The friend of the bride who'd spilled the beans cried about being the worst bridesmaids ever. I think this might be illegal, but I'm just saying. She recalled one conversation from that wedding before she left the reception. I have children, she told a bridesmaid. What if my children die? The bridesmaid responded, I understand, but this is her wedding day. And yet another installment in an episode of That's F***ed Up. So f***ed up. So, maid of honor fired. Although it might feel like a job, it isn't. I've been messaging our group chat for helping with planning some stuff and the wedding shower, etc., and they will read it and never reply, which is super frustrating. This is the entire exchange. COVID canceled our previous wedding date and she was able to return the dress, which cost less than $30 in the first place. She's calling me childish and a brat, but yet she's the one seeking attention. Mind you, she's almost jealous that I got engaged in the first place. I'm just upset and I need someone to tell me if I'm a bridezilla. Sure, I'll tell you. I'm an expert after all. Y'all are fired. Why? I want attention. Dog, I love the hell out of you, but I have full-time college and full-time work. I am behind several classes already and the semester just started. I get that you want attention and we love you and we'll help you with this wedding and stuff. But please keep in mind that we all have families and stuff going on and can't always stop what we're doing to plan things, especially when we are working on setting things in stone as is. I work 2 jobs and have 3 children under the age of 4, plus I'm planning my wedding and helping my sister with her wedding. Oh, and we have ballet, speech therapy, gymnastics, and I work under the table to keep a roof over our heads, but I still have time for my friends and family, even if it's just a message to tell them I love them. It's fine, I'll figure everything out. Dude, I love you, but I'm rushing to finish an assignment. I'm happy to help, but to just try and one-up people is ridiculous. I deleted the chat. Yeah, I saw, you're acting childish. No, I didn't want them to get annoyed. I just gonna use that one group and whoever wants to comment on stuff and put their ideas in can. I'm literally just removing the group so I'll stop messaging everyone. This is your second wedding. You planned something, I took off work and got chewed out. I bought a dress I didn't need and even planned to cook for it as a favor, and you canceled it last second. I understand that you want to have the perfect wedding and have all the attention, but for God's sake, I just lost Brett and I have a full-time job and school. Stop acting like a brat. All right, we're done here. I love you and want to do this with you and for you, but let me get my frickin' homework done. No, I'm done talking. Go get your homework done. Then whatever, dude, you're gonna blow this marriage too. I hope so. Ooh, that one cut a little bit deep. Just let her finish her homework, damn. I understand your weddings are important to you, but like, chill out. This sim just showed up uninvited to my sim's wedding wearing a wedding dress. Oh, the audacity. All right, guys, it's okay. Everything's okay. Pulling the negative energy away. Gone. Guys, it's time to dust on top of the cupboards. They're getting a little bit gross. Like, I can see the dust from here, so just work on that, okay? Subscribe!
I've got something that you might like.